Hail Mary, full of grace.
You got more than that?
Lord, art
Help
with
us find
me.
a parking space. I can't believe Ryan Gosling plays Mary.
No.
When he was on SNL, he described this movie as what was it? It was like Interstellar meets E.T., I think, or something like that.
Oh, I don't remember that, but that's a really good pitch.
It felt more like Interstellar than anything. But it felt like a specific genre of movie that is getting maybe more popular in the last 10 years or so. That maybe it was Interstellar that did this. But space-related science fiction movies.
This feels like more niche than that, because Interstellar was a drama and like so dramatic, so deep, so good. Whereas this one was like, to me, it had like a similar flavor to Interstellar, but it was like so much more like it was like a dramedy.
Yeah, it was so lighthearted.
Yeah, super. Like, it reminded me how I felt watching the new Superman. I thought of the new Superman more than I thought of Interstellar.
Which, let's talk about that. It was bright colors, pastel, like real pretty colors movies, both Superman and this one. And you walk out of there like, I think the goal of each movie is to make you feel good.
Yeah.
It's not
like
to like,
there's hope.
Yeah, there's a toxic optimism.
Yeah, I like my downer movies. I like to leave on that note of, well,
man, that's a bummer. Yeah. I love when a movie makes me go, ooh.
Would have been nice if these two crazy kids figured it out.
Nah.
Huh? Next time.
But no, I don't think Project Hail Mary gets made without Interstellar, The Martian.
Yeah.
This is also the second movie, at least that I know of, that Ryan Gosling plays an astronaut.
What's the first one?
The first one is
Barbie?
called First Man, which was
loved that movie.
Damien Chazelle's follow-up to La La Land, and it flopped.
You loved that movie, didn't you?
I appreciated it, but it was way too long, and a real that one's a real bummer.
Oh yeah. Was Ryan Gosling like the lead? It's
not a good movie. I don't recommend it to people, but I liked watching it when I did, and I liked showing it to you because it is a fascinating, I think, actor study. Yeah, he plays Neil Armstrong.
Oh.
And like all the pressure that came with being the first man to walk on the moon.
Oh, that's
and all the challenges they faced there. It was real sad. Do you remember it? You fell asleep during that one. Ooh.
So yeah, I do remember.
Ooh, I don't remember all of it.
Don't remember Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. He's the whole movie, and you forgot that.
I was like, does he make a guest appearance?
No, he is the main character in two Damien Chazelle movies, and now in Project Hail Mary.
The more you know. This is about to be a very spoiler-filled review, first reaction. Like, we walked out the theater, 40 minutes ago?
Yeah. We need to start saying that at the beginning of every episode, which I've said multiple times. But if you haven't seen it, pause it right now and go see it, because we're about to spoil it. This is a post movie listen.
Let me add this in too. Yes, go watch it, but I think go watch it specifically in theaters. I think when we watched a lot of the Oscar nominations, there were some where we were like, okay, we can watch that at home and be cozy. But I feel like this one, there was a lot of just stunning shots that I don't think I would have been as captivated by if it was just on at home with the lights on, So this is one I feel like you got to see it in theaters.
Yeah. Let's start with the things that we really liked.
Yeah.
It was a stunning movie.
Gorgeous.
The colors and each shot felt composed.
Yeah.
I thought the attention to detail on like creating landscapes in the sky and in the universe were really cool, and like building out the ships. All the shots from the exterior of his spaceship were sweet. And even the like flashbacks all felt like flashbacks based off of color and costuming. I never questioned, is that right now or is that right? You know what I mean? And both, it wasn't like a stark contrast, but both were subtle and clear enough to go, okay, that's a flashback. Like, this is not when he's on the ship, and this is post trip.
And I appreciate how they did that, because I think that's a great tool when it's based off a book, because it's like, man, we want you to know everything about this character and why they're doing certain things now, but you have to know what happened back then. And I felt like the amount of flashbacks was like just the right amount, especially because one of the reasons I don't love like spacey movies is because I feel so claustrophobic watching someone in a ship for like 2 hours on the big screen. And so every time there's a flashback, I felt like I could breathe fresh air. I was like, we are outside, we are walking. And so I didn't feel like it was too much at any point.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing was just really well directed. I thought the pacing felt really quick at the beginning, especially, which I maybe wouldn't have liked if I didn't know that it was based on a book. But the fact that it's based on a book makes me think, when I go into it with that knowledge, I go, all right, this is a lot of information. Yeah. And they probably omitted stuff. And
it's still a long movie.
It's still a really long movie. So the beginning was just like go, 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 go. And like, yeah, the entire lead up to him like going on the trip or being a part of this like discovery of it, I thought was really well paced. It kept your attention the whole time. I thought the pacing at the beginning was really great. I thought the dialogue in the flashbacks too was like just told you so much. It felt like two different storylines, which I think when you have a movie that is about like one particular person, you don't get that, like, or like a journey movie, you don't get that like A story, B story kind of thing that goes back and forth and then they meet up at the end, you know? And I think that they did a good job of kind of the flashback Ryan Gosling was a different person than the wake up on the ship Ryan Gosling.
And it's important.
Yeah. The Rocky character.
Wait, are we still talking about things we like?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's talk about things we like. Whoa.
I just wanted to check the way you said the Rocky character. I was like, do we like or not like?
What else did you like?
I think it was really, 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 really beautiful. I liked the pacing. This is more about the experience rather than just like a critique of the movie. I was really grateful we saw it in theaters because I won't get into it right now. But it is a pretty cheesy movie, but there was something really sweet about being in a theater filled with people like laughing. And even when something would happen where I was like, this isn't that serious. Like, this is dramatic. This isn't that serious. Like, the audience would gasp. Yeah. And it just made it so much more fun. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I found myself being really critical, but it was so fun to be in a theater that was like, obviously this movie made them feel things. And it was just really fun to hear like very free laughter. Like, it wasn't even like chuckles. Like, people were laughing out loud. And that was just really fun because I think we have seen a lot of downer movies. And so just that was a part of the experience that I was like, oh, this was special.
Yeah. No, I agree. The people next to us, like, they were gasping at things and or like really laughing out loud. At the beginning too, it's like, because it's so fast paced, I think you kind of get whisked away with the character. And so it helped for me to go like, okay, they thought it was funny too.
Yeah.
They thought
yeah.
that, you know, like I that wasn't me misunderstanding
Yeah.
the punchline of this.
That's another thing I'll say. Honestly, bravo to Ryan Gosling. He was full commitment to this. Because again, there were parts where I
Yeah.
was like, that's pretty cheesy, dude. But like he was fully in this character. And again, like how you said, like the flashbacks and then where he is now are just totally different storylines. And like the screen time, it's like 99% him.
Yeah.
99% him and then 1% stars. Like, so I just want to say bravo to him. I think he did a really good job and the commitment was there and I see it. And I wonder if this just like, I don't know if this was him doing it on purpose for his character or if I've just never noticed it before. Do you remember when he was on SNL and I was like, he's sick. Like I can hear it.
Yeah.
Watching this movie, I was like, maybe he's just always congested. Like when he's like getting like a grasp of where he is, like I just feel like he sounds like his nose is kind of stuffed. Like, oh, where am I? Am I smart? And I'm like, is this a character or is that just Ryan?
I think it's just him.
It's just him.
I think he is like a forefront. He's a forerunner in the comedy vein of like sarcastic anxiety. You know, everything he says, like I feel like this is true in La La Land and other things. Like he's odd and quirky, and you can tell that it's out of like a. I don't know. It's like it's an anxiety that manifests in like asking odd phrased questions and reacting to things peculiarly. You know what I mean? Like just some like he goes at the what does he say at the beginning? He's like, "Why is that something? Why do I know that?" It's it's like a panic thing, and I don't know. He does that vein of comedy so well. I really can't think of another actor that would do this movie well.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
He was like a really good fit. Yeah.
totally. Anything else you feel like
That I like
worth
loved?
shouting out as a positive? I love a good space movie or modern day or futuristic movie that has song selections from like pre-2000. Like there was some
Oh yeah, the soundtrack was excellent.
there were some song picks in here where I was like, whoa, that's different.
Yeah.
If you just had somebody compose like music for this movie,
Yeah.
and you didn't pull, you know, popular tracks,
It's very different from Interstellar.
very different from Interstellar. There goes the AC. Yeah, like you don't get that in The Martian. You don't get that in Interstellar. You don't get that in other space movies. You know, Gravity, not like that. But you know what is like that more recently that maybe.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's what I was going to say is Guardians of the Galaxy was like that. The Paul Thomas Anderson's, you know, now Oscar Best Picture winning One Battle After Another, like a masterclass in that kind of thing.
Yeah. Sometimes the music choices were very like comedic too. I felt like, which is what reminded me of Guardians.
Yeah.
You know, like his character just has this like sense of humor throughout the whole thing, and he names the things he sends off by like the Beatles, and then a Beatles song immediately starts playing, and it's like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. The
music was fun.
The storytelling choices are self-aware.
Yeah, it would have been
always loved
so confusing if they had the same humor in the dialogue, but then had Interstellar soundtrack. That would have been very unsettling to me.
No, that would have been weird. And I think the colorscape of this movie lends itself to that.
Yeah.
When you have if you have like a black and white movie, you can't play like modern rock and roll over that. Otherwise it seems real sad, you know? But when you know, there's something about the visual palette that translates to more easygoing listening music.
One more thing I loved visually, like yes, the colors were stunning, but also anytime there was a shot where his backdrop was those like glass panels, all of those shots were so beautiful, like the
Yeah.
light hitting it and everything. And it was funny because I just caught myself like, it was hard for me to like just be immersed in this movie. And I just found myself imagining like what that set must have been like.
Yeah.
And I was like, this might have been like a super small set, honestly. And you just got to get really up close and make these really intricate backgrounds. But it's not that large. You know what I mean? And I was like starting to think about what that would have looked like if we zoomed out and were behind the scenes. But
yeah. Well, and one thing I didn't think of until after I was out of the theater was what complications it brings to shoot certain scenes that are zero gravity.
oh
And
yeah,
what, like, all that goes into that. How do you put them on a string
Yeah.
and you
Oh, I
animate
don't
things
even
in?
know.
Like, there's just so much to think through. And that's a lot of the movie. Plus,
Yeah.
thinking about like, now I have to CGI a rock character next to him the whole time. And honestly, if Ryan were to win any awards for this, that is the joke that people are going to make, is to go, man, he didn't
Yep.
even need a co-star.
Yep.
Your co-star is a rock.
That's
and
exactly
you're
what I was
knocking it out of the
thinking.
park. So it is a great movie in that aspect. I also, this is a specific moment, the scene sort of towards the end, kind of the crux of the flashback storyline, where he realizes, they ask him to be a part of the ship and the voyage and be the scientist, so to give up his life and like basically know that he's going to die and go on the journey. When they ask him to do that, and she says like, he's like, how long do I have to decide? And she's like, he's like, can I think about it? And she's like, 3 hours.
Mm.
He looks at the camera. I thought he was going to break the fourth wall. I was like, he looks right down the barrel of the lens, as if to say like, he's aware that this is the critical moment. He's aware of an audience, that this is the climax of the story, and that this is going to define things. And it's a flashback, so you know that it's not the end, but he almost looks at the problem directly and is too scared to take on this mission, and it's not in his bones.
Yeah.
I just thought that's a really cool choice. That I don't know. I love when they do that. And it happens almost again towards the end. I can't remember when, but it happens almost again at one point where he kind of looks at the camera. But yeah, that was a really sick
That's
moment.
cool. I didn't think about that.
Do you want to move on to
Let's do it.
some of the issues? There's the AC again. Yeah, science fiction is not an easy genre to translate to the
Nope.
movies.
Nope.
Um,
Especially one that like, it seems like it was taking place like modern day. Like it didn't
Yeah.
seem that far off,
no, yeah.
like another universe or another time period. So I feel like that's hard to pull off because you're like familiar with the setting,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to accept these new existences and rules and circumstances.
Yeah. I think maybe the point of this movie was to be kind of a different genre, to like not set the same mood that I think most science fiction or space movies set. When you watch Interstellar, Gravity, The Martian, Life, have you ever seen that one with Jake Gyllenhaal? And he basically gets
No.
they basically find an alien, and then the alien kills everybody. It's I saw it in theaters, and it was legitimately scary. They're all like real big dramas, and that's the mood the whole time. Is like the fate of the universe, or the world is at stake, and if we don't do this mission, everything's gonna blow up. Interstellar is is exactly like that.
Yeah.
The Martian is like, how do I survive out in the world?
Yeah.
It's life or death. It's serious. The theme and the mood is, a drama from the start. And this was not that. This was like oh, like the world's gonna, end, but also like, look at this quirky school teacher. Yeah, at the beginning I was like, I think I get the point of this movie, but because I knew that it was science fiction, and maybe I was just too aware of it, but I felt like the mood on this film was not super consistent the whole time, and I wish I feel like they could have laid off the comedy a little bit.
Same. Yeah.
At least at the beginning.
I think I actually loved that it was comedic in the beginning, because it was comedic in this way. I'm referring to when he's like waking up and realizing where he is. I loved that it was funny, because that's a really like, I don't know, there's a lot of anxiety in that. Like, he's waking up, and as far as we know, we're like, does he know where he is? Like, and so that could have been so much more dark and intense, but I kind of liked that it was like, took a little bit of the load off as a viewer. It wasn't for him.
Sure.
Like, he wasn't like, oh, that was really funny, I'm not scared anymore. But as the viewer, I felt like, okay, like, it's scary, but like, we're okay. And I also appreciated the humor there, because it was more like about his personality. Like, most of the humor came from, he's very like awkward and clumsy and genuinely doesn't like understand what's going on. You know what I mean? I think where I started to get like, okay, this is a bit much, is like you said, it is life or death. It is super serious. He's gonna die. And he just makes jokes constantly.
Yeah.
And I just found myself like, but that's not his character. Like, he doesn't feel willy-nilly about this. Like, he knows that it's serious. He didn't even want to do this. And so it didn't seem supernatural, as opposed to if we found out his character was someone who's like, doesn't take this seriously, doesn't think it's that big of a deal. But the more that he would just like make everything into a joke, I was like, this is a bit much. It can be lighthearted without every other line being a sarcastic joke about something.
Yeah. Which I am interested, and I'm shocked that the people that love the book seem to really love this movie. I haven't talked to that many people that read it, but that's feel like what I've read.
I think the book is funny too. I heard a lot of great reviews about both, and I'm pretty sure I heard someone say like they listened on audiobook to prep for this, and that it made them laugh, made them cry. Okay. And I was like, oh, is it funny?
So the book is also kind of this he's this sarcastic,
hope so.
Quirky, kind of whimsical character a little bit.
I would hope so. This is a really big jump.
I don't understand how that translates in writing. So it makes me want to read the book.
Same. Like, is like the narrator funny? Is it his character? Is it just like circumstantial? Like, yeah, it makes me curious about the book for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was. The mood on the movie felt up and down. Yeah. And not in a way that I all that enjoyed. It took away a little bit, but it's still it's not it's a fun movie to see in theaters. Yes. But it's not something you need to like mull over a bunch afterwards. You know, when I saw trying to think of like a better example. When we saw Oppenheimer, you walk out of the movie and you're like, what the heck? Like you think about it and you're pondering. This is a movie you go, man, that was a fun adventure, and now I'm gonna continue on with my week. And I think I noticed people in the theater gasping because with the humor, I didn't take the plot as seriously anymore. I was like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. He's chill with dying. Like, I was like, it's not that serious, so I wasn't as invested anymore. And so when I heard people gasping at certain things, I was like, oh, like, whatever. I lost my train of thought. I was just going to say something. Were you scared of the Rocky character? Oh, sorry. This is what I was going to say. It pulled me out from, like, is this suspenseful? Doesn't matter. And the reason I could tell I was thinking that way is because I've noticed in space movies, when you zoom out and the music's cut, there is no sound, there's no music, nothing. You don't even hear a crackle. Yeah. And you zoom out and you just see the ship. It's because something's about to blow up. Yeah. Or because something's about to hit it out of nowhere and then the sound is going to like come crashing. And they did so many of those zoom out shots. And I was like,
nothing happened. Did you notice that? They would
Yeah.
zoom out and I was like, oh, they're going to get hit by a crater. And it was like, no. Like, it was still intense, but it wasn't the same drama that we're used to seeing in space movies when you build up that tension. They did a lot of those scenes where they cut out the sound.
Which is why that big explosion on Earth in the flashbacks when he's talking to the lady really gets you because you're like, whoa. It's not, it's still silent. Like, you still, it's this quieter dialogue, but it's just like all of a sudden there's an explosion.
Yeah. It seems like they put an effort into making it family friendly, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's big. Because I think a lot of kids will watch this and really think the Rocky character is funny, which is a huge plus when you can get like a younger generation in there, but also interested in like aerodynamics and
sure.
aeronautical space engineering.
Yeah.
The way that, like, this sounds insane to say, but the way that, like, some kids watched Apollo 11 and were like, I want to be an astronaut. Kids today might watch Project Hail Mary and go,
I never want to be an astronaut.
They could say that, or they could say, that seems really fun. I want to go meet Rocky.
Yeah.
I doubt. I don't know. Maybe.
This doesn't make me regret any career decisions.
Nope. Yeah. It wasn't a bad movie. It was a good movie, but I just felt like maybe it's just because it was built up so much for us. Everybody I talked to really loved it.
Yeah. And I wanted to love it.
Yeah. And I think the movies that are similar to this that are really good are like defining movies of our generation.
Yeah.
Like Interstellar is like so many people's favorite movie.
Yeah, and it's hard not to compare it.
And
when you watch this.
The Martian, which is the same author, is also like so good that it felt like those movies do all that Hail Mary does plus more.
Yeah.
You know, and in a more serious manner, which it's not the not the vibe they're going for, and that's fine.
But again,
it's just not my favorite.
I would be so okay with this winning. We're looking ahead. I would be so okay with Ryan Gosling winning something for this. I'd be so okay with cinematography, with score. Like, there are so many elements that were great. I just didn't love the movie as a whole.
Yeah. We're pretty early in 2026, though. There's a lot of good movies that are going to come out. Devil Wears Prada, Odyssey. I know you're really excited for Super Mario.
You're right. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Like, we saw...
scratch the record.
2025, we saw Sinners in, like, April.
Maybe
wasn't it? Earlier than that?
Maybe?
I can't remember when it came out, but it came out definitely first 4 to 5 months. All right, that's okay. We saw it very early, and we both walked out of the theater and went, I think we might have seen the best movie of the year. This is not that.
No.
Project Hail Mary was not good enough for me to go, I don't know how if anything else is going to top that.
I just want to make it clear, I think so many elements were excellent.
Yeah.
It's just not my jam.
For sure.
And science fiction hurts my head.
Yeah, tell me more.
Because I feel like it makes me have to turn my brain on and think a lot, but at the same time, I'm supposed to turn my brain off and accept all of these rules. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know a lot about science to begin with, so I'm trying to like stay locked in. Like, I'm trying to listen to, okay, what is the problem? That's where I get lost with sci-fi. So I'm like, what is the actual problem? And then because I'm thinking so hard, I get really upset if certain things aren't explained very much. If solutions just didn't seem like valid.
Do you get that way with fantasy too, to some degree?
Yes.
Harry Potter,
yes.
Lord of the Rings,
yes.
Dune.
Yes.
That's more sense. But
it's frustrating because I'm like, I need to understand all the logic behind this world that we are not a part of. But at the same time, I don't want to sit there and listen to all the logic. You know what I mean? So it's just not my favorite, because I think I love realistic fiction because you take what you know and now you just put these new characters and this new problem in front of you. but you're familiar with the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think with sci-fi, I'm just like, I feel like I have to lock in, but also like you have to be okay with just accepting certain things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
you
think there's anything wrong
just
with that.
accept that world for what it is.
So that's
I struggle.
easier to me than
Not I.
realistic fiction having to like make connections to the real world. I like
That's
science
fun.
fiction because I don't have to think too hard about this. It's just going to be the way that it is. This world that they've built out is the reality, and I just have to follow these characters within it. Versus, I think when you watch, and I don't hate realistic fiction. I love realistic fiction, but watching a movie about very similar worlds that I am existing in, I'm constantly comparing it to things within my sphere and within my reality versus nobody in my life is like Rocky. And that'd be a bummer if they were, but like, you know what I mean?
Maybe this means you're in touch with your inner child, and that's really good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think when you stop having the ability to, dream or sort of let your mind wander into different realities, is when you kind of lose a childlike spirit, and you need that. Yeah, maybe we just need to get you some toys.
So this is the portion where we're gonna move on to
This is the therapy portion.
therapy. Yeah.
No,
we're
actually,
gonna record everything.
Actually, no. Let's move on to
Themes.
Yeah, themes that you felt like you saw, liked, or things that you didn't like.
Let's chat about it.
Overall, I think it's just a movie. Like, it's just a fun adventure. It's not supposed to explain or demonstrate anything, any larger themes about humanity.
Really?
Like, nothing crazy. I think there are small things in there where I went, oh, I love that as a metaphor for this. But on the whole, I think it's...
You didn't feel like it was trying really hard to teach, like, some takeaway?
I think it was... The main takeaway is that you have to have something
to live for and something to die for.
Yeah, when you have something to die for, laying down your life is really easy.
End of the episode. And
maybe not like easy, but you understand why you do it. And maybe that's the gospel in some sense, is like, God so loved the world he gave his only son. Yes. Why did he die on the cross? Because he loved us. That is the way too simple summation of it, and this movie kind of demonstrates the idea that when you have something, when you are in relationship with somebody that you love and loves you well, you feel a call to die for them. Yeah. You will.
I think that was definitely there, because when there were a couple moments in the flashbacks where they're showing, like, we're going to call him Dr. Grace. Is that what we should call Ryan Gosling's character?
I was just going to call him Ryan Gosling. Okay. But yeah, Grace.
Okay, Grace. I'll say Grace. Let's say Grace. So anyways, there were a lot of moments where I was like, they're definitely trying to poke at that question, because he would just kind of look around and be confused, like, why are they happy? Like, when they're deciding, like, this is what we're going to do about it. And he's like, why are they happy though? And they're like, they know they're gonna die, and they ask something along the lines of, like, do you have, like, someone you would die for, or do you know that feel? It was something along those lines. And then there's another part where it was very shortly before the mission, and everyone's like partying, like they're doing karaoke, they're drinking, they're just like laughing together. Like, it doesn't seem depressing. Like, wow, do you know what we're about to do? Like, it's really joyful. And again, it's like, why are they happy? And when they ask that question of, like, do you have someone you would die for, and then when they keep suggesting, like, he goes on the trip because he has no immediate family, I think your point is correct, but I felt myself getting really frustrated with, like, just because he's not a husband and he's not a dad doesn't mean, like, he's the perfect candidate to sacrifice his life. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like which okay, oh wait, here, I got it. All right.
Okay,
All right.
hit me.
Here's the world's version of sacrifice.
Okay.
It's easier to lay down your life if you have no one you're leaving behind. Why wouldn't you go on this mission? Why wouldn't you go and make this discovery so that these generations can thrive, and you're the perfect person for it because you're not leaving a wife or kids at home. The Christological lens is we are supposed to live in community. Like, we are supposed to love one another and invest in other people's lives. And the more you do that, the more you are called to lay down your life. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like, it's not this whole, oh, well, like, you don't have anybody. Like, if you are a Christian, we are told to lay down our lives for our families, for our spouses. And, like, me marrying you didn't get me out of making sacrifices, right? It wasn't, well, I have a husband now, so I need to take the easy route.
It gets you into it.
Yes. And that's very different from everything they were telling this guy. Like, well,
yeah,
it's fine. It's no big deal. He doesn't have anybody. So it made me feel weird when they said that. But now that I'm saying it out loud,
yeah,
I think it's interesting what it's saying about how we view sacrifice. Like, oh, it's no big deal for you to do it. But really, it's, if we're in a relationship, we should be laying down our life. If you are a parent, you should be laying down your life for your kids. If you are a spouse, you should be laying down your life for your spouse.
Yeah. The direct quote in there was pretty wild, where she's the scene where she's asking him to go on the mission.
Mm-hmm.
She says, or he asks her sarcastically, so you're asking me to give up my life?
Yeah.
Which, like, is that the garden? Is that not the garden? Jesus go, like, let this cup pass from me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of.
You know,
like, he clearly says in this movie he doesn't want to, which I think is important. It wasn't I don't think so. He makes the decision, I don't want to.
And then when given the second chance, he does it.
Let's talk about that.
And his name is Grace.
Grace.
Like, that to me, I was like, when is this going to come into play?
Because
like, I was like, is
he
going to be the Jesus character? Yeah.
Let's talk about what happens. Let's talk about Rocky's little thing he does.
I again, this is why I say that there's small metaphors in this, but it doesn't span throughout the whole movie.
They're not like perfect
metaphors. There were certain images I loved that I felt like explained some things within the Christian life well. Sin is a force that consumes light.
Talk about that.
This thing in the movie that is eating up the sun, that is separating you from the thing that gives you life, from the light.
The light.
Whoa. That this what do they call it? The Petrova line.
I don't remember.
Is it's moving from planet to planet, so it is consuming worlds. And I just thought the flashbacks are all, I don't know, Old Testament. Like they are all in consensus, aware of the fact that they need to do something. Something needs to save them. Mm-hmm. There is a mission to be done that is going to save humanity. And it's got to be somebody willing to die. It's got to be somebody willing to sacrifice. This isn't going to come for free. I loved that idea as like a setup for just our relationship with sin. And then the other like sort of smaller metaphor that I saw in there is like Rocky is in a different universe. He's in a different world. He's in a different plane than the human. You know, Ryan Gosling cannot exist in Rocky's world, but Rocky can exist in his world to some degree. And it's out of love. Rocky steps to save Ryan Gosling, to save Grace when he's, about to die. Ryan Gosling, or Ryan Gosling's like fallen face into the console, can't press the button. Rocky steps out of his world and into Ryan Gosling's world, one that he knows he's going to die in.
Yeah,
knows he's sent there to die, and like does what needs to be done to save him. So at that point, I was like, oh man, like Rocky's the Christ figure in this, and Ryan Gosling is humanity, and like he's gonna learn how to lay down his life, and he does, but then he has to do it for Rocky later on. So it's like maybe I was thinking on the car ride home, like maybe a better metaphor in this movie is that this is a summation of the communal life together in Jesus, that it's me laying down my life for you and you laying down your life for me, that really shows us how to fight and how to conquer this thing that is consuming our light, consuming our worlds, that the mission to find what it is that gives us grace, that what it gives that gives us healing, is done together. Yeah.
That's interesting too. Like, I feel like movies like this usually end with, there's that one character who's gonna be super sacrificial, and it ends pretty dramatically. Either like they die or there's some really big consequence for them, but they were willing to do it, and that's how it ends. And so that's where I thought we were going. I thought we were going in the direction of, well, they said he had no one to like leave behind. And so I was thinking, okay, he's formed this friendship with Rocky and like really cares about him. Like maybe it's about fatherhood, and it's going to end with Ryan Gosling like dying for him. And so I think it was kind of cool. The setup allows both of them to have a chance to sacrifice. Does that make sense? Like it didn't have to end with like all or nothing. Like this person sacrifices everything and they're gone, but this person gets to thrive. It was, you're both going to have an opportunity to practice this on each other. You know what I mean? Like they both had the chance to make sacrifices, and they accepted those.
Yeah. He is kind of a father figure. Maybe he's not the stepdad, but he's the dad who stepped up.
I think he's just the only thing out there.
It's just the only human he knows.
Yep. He's the only option.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have been as impactful if it was just like.
But then, do you not like the ending of him staying on his planet and not wanting to go back to Earth?
It sounds like he would go back to Earth. I thought that was a fine ending.
It's a little bit open-ended.
Yeah. I like an open ending. But yeah, does that make sense? I like the fact that it was both characters got to have this opportunity to make sacrifice.
Yeah. Which is, again, why it's not it's almost more about marriage or family than it is like man to Jesus relationship. Like there's moments where Ryan Gosling has to lay down his life for Rocky, and then there's moments where Rocky has to lay down his life for him. And when you experience that sacrificial love, you can understand why that is. And it's but you don't understand it logically. He doesn't understand it from an earthly perspective. You have to see it from heaven's eyes. Look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
So is this Moses? Yeah. Any other major themes in there that you were like, whoa, that feels like something to talk about? I would have thought you loved this movie considering it's about a teacher. Is this your least favorite teaching movie?
Here's the other thing. I was confused. What am I trying to say? The way it opened, I was like, maybe he's one of those people, like, you know how people like talk down on teachers, like people who can't teach. And so the way the beginning was set up, I was thinking they were trying to make this point. I think also it was confusing because the way the movie starts, you know, he goes on the mission. And so when he gets approached at his school, I thought the setup was kind of like, he's a science teacher because he can't actually do anything else with it. And so I didn't get the sense that he like loved it, But and even every time he was like, I'm supposed to be a teacher, like I'm supposed to be at work.
It was an avoidant thing.
That's
it wasn't,
what
yeah.
that's what I got from it. And so the way that it ended with this little like joke of him like teaching to all the Rockies, first of all, that was cheesy as heck. I was like, this feels very Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was creepy too.
Yeah.
When I saw that shot, I was like, ooh, it feels like 1,000 crabs.
Yes, with no faces.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way it ended with that, I was like, oh, maybe they were trying to make the point that like he has a teacher's heart and that's what got him through this. But I don't know. I was just a little bit confused. Like, are you trying to say like he's more than a teacher, or wow, like you can't take the teacher out, take the teacher out of the class? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't love what they did with that. Like, it was just really hard to get a read on like, what are you actually saying about this character? Because if he loves teaching, let's run with it and show how it plays into like his relationship with Rocky. But he doesn't teach him. He translates it so that he can understand what he's saying, but he doesn't teach him.
Yeah, well, and that's a thing where I could understand why this is a book, because maybe that is a theme in the larger book, is that like part of his hesitancy at first is because he actually likes teaching and he doesn't want to give up a life like.
And those are kids he's leaving behind. Like those are generations he was impacting.
Yeah, and I wonder I don't know this. I wonder if the book starts out with like his whole PhD thing and him arguing that life doesn't need water. I wonder if the book kind of goes into that even more, and then he pivots away because he's cast out of that community or whatever, and then finds a love in teaching. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if and then when he's presented with this mission, it's like, oh, now I'm being called back into it, but I don't want to do that. I'm comfortable where I am.
Yeah, but again, it was hard to tell if it was a comfort level thing or if it was like he's passionate about teaching, and that was really important to me.
They don't.
I would have loved to have some clarity.
Would you have liked the movie better if it was about he wanted to teach?
I would have been even more mad because they still forced him to do this.
Yeah, okay. Real quick, let's talk about that. That was an insane
heartbreaking
to watch him. It was way sadder than I was expecting. And that's when like the tone shifts in the movie felt like, whoa, this might be a little bit too much. That's what it is. Let me just go back to that. It is a tonal shift that some movies do really well. And this one didn't do like a horrible job with it, but I don't think it really nailed the like comedy versus drama, like a funny, quirky character in a setting that is a little bit darker and serious. And I thought, when you have characters that all are aware of that tone, like all sort of fit into that, I think it's great. Rocky was like funny, but also like serious. Like your heart warmed when he wakes up and you find out he's not dead. You're heartbroken when he like you think he's dying, or when you think he gave up his life. You're scared at first at him, but then like seeing him interact with Ryan Gosling, like that's a funny character, but there's also some seriousness to it. All of the flashbacks, he was the only character who's like lighthearted, comedic.
Yeah.
The captain lady running the organization and all the other astronauts, one-dimensional characters that are only like plot serving.
Yeah.
But I'm not laughing at anything they do, and he just felt tonally out of place in those settings. That when you get to the space stuff, you don't think about it because he's the only one there.
Right.
But the rest of the movie felt really serious. It felt like you put Ryan Gosling in Tenet.
Yes.
And Tenet's like a straight up serious like fight or flight action movie. You know?
Yeah.
It is life or death. This is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tone is just so different, and I feel like maybe they hit that portion a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you.
But all that's to say, where was I going somewhere else with that? I can't remember.
The tonal shifts.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good movie. The tonal shifts are just a little bit too much for me, but it's still one I would recommend seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great theater experience.
Yeah, and I think that's what we need is now more than ever is like
That's what we
fun
need, people.
is like fun movie experience movies
Mm-hmm.
that aren't just like scary or bloody. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled to see Scream in the theater.
Are you planning on it?
No, like those aren't the kind of things that I walk out of the movies and go, "Oh, that was so fun. I'm glad I did that." Ready or Not, that one about human hunting.
We
like,
need Super Mario.
Well, Super Mario might be a little too much, and that's
the
one
Mandalorian
I
one
can
might
find
be
a way.
pretty good.
Mandalorian
It's
seems
great.
like a fun action movie.
Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah, one I could probably watch at home, but like I don't need to see that on the big screen.
My jaw's dropped.
I
What do
mean
you
like
mean?
Superman.
Yeah, fun movies.
Yeah, fun movies, but Dune. Things that are still cool to see on the big screen and in a loud sound.
Yeah.
Give me the cheesy stuff.
Yeah. It
I'm
doesn't
okay
have to
with
be
it.
the film of the year.
And maybe this is what Transformers and Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious have done to us, is because it's made us crave those a little bit because everything else is kind of too dark, but I don't want something cheesy. You feel me?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We all need a little cheese.
We all need a little cheese. Do you want to do reviews, letterbox reviews first, or do you want to do ratings first?
I do not want to give a rating. I don't think it's fair.
Why?
Because I can acknowledge it's a great movie. Sci-fi makes me sit there and like scrunch my eyebrows and like get frustrated. So I don't feel like I can give a fair rating. Like I truly don't know what I would say.
I think the ratings to me, and maybe we've had this conversation before and I've forgotten, but the ratings to me are just how much we liked the movie.
Oh, that's not fair.
No?
That's not fair. Because it is a great movie. I'm not a sci-fi girly. You know?
Okay. That's fine. Did you enjoy it enough to give it over 50%?
Oh, yeah.
Did you enjoy it enough to give it 90%?
Personally, no. But I think it's a great movie.
Considering all the movies we've watched on the podcast, which we've seen more that we really liked than we didn't.
Yeah.
You know, like there's only a handful that we were like, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
But most of the ones we've done episodes on, we've really liked. Where would you rank it in terms of those?
Oh.
Bottom 10?
Sure. Yeah. I would probably have it near Superman.
Oh, you loved Superman. You didn't. You liked
fun.
it. Yeah.
I had fun, but I probably won't watch it again.
That's fine.
Maybe I did say I was gonna watch it again,
Not
but
every
I haven't.
Not every movie is a rewatch.
That's true.
And that doesn't mean that it's a bad movie.
Man,
you know?
Yeah. I'm acting like I've never done this before.
Yeah, what do you?
I don't know why I'm struggling with this movie. It's just the genre, man.
You just don't like science fiction. You liked this better than Dune.
No.
You can say that.
No, I loved the drama in Dune. I would watch all of Dune 1 and all of Dune 2 again just to see that scene at the end of Dune 2 where he's like making eye contact with Zendaya's character and then tells Florence to marry him. I will watch all of Dune. I will read the book just to watch that scene again.
Why not just watch a telenovela? Why not just watch
drama.
daytime soap opera?
Give me the drama.
Okay.
What's your rating?
I can't even remember. Do we do it out of 5? We haven't done this in a while.
Out of 5.
I can't remember what I've given 4 out of 5, but that feels too high. I think I'd go 3.6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just got qualms with the tonal shifts.
Yeah, there were parts of it that were taken out. Like, I wasn't distracted. Like, there were parts of this movie I was really bought in, but I wasn't, like, overjoyed watching this movie.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's my fair. That's just me. That's just a personal thing. What would yours be? Your rating? Or do you not want to give one at all? You don't have to if you don't want to, but the people are going to be asking.
I just feel like the issues I have with it are personal issues.
Yeah, me too. You can have personal issues with movies.
I just wasn't that invested.
Come on.
It was stunning, and just for the cinematography alone, I'll give it 3.8.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, there.
All right. The definition, this is Letterboxd reviews that are best. The definition of accidentally became important at work, and it's ruining my life.
I like the ones that say movie was, and then it's a thumbs down emoji, but it's 5 stars. That's an inside joke to the movie. Go watch it.
That's great. That is pretty funny.
I love how much people love it. Like, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of high reviews that are very like, I wasn't expecting to feel this way, or like this healed something in me. That's really cool. I'm really happy for them.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to watch it.
One of them
again.
says Interstellar for gay people.
I saw that too. What is that?
I don't know.
Are they
what that
assuming that Rocky is male? Because I don't know if we know that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Rocky might be a chick.
I mean, no, I guess that's fair. He says that he has a mate. So maybe Rocky's a she.
I don't know. So many high reviews. Yeah, people like felt something watching, and that's great. I think maybe I just need to watch it again. Maybe I'm just angsty today. What? I don't agree with this. 5 stars. Interstellar found dead in a ditch.
Is that a low star rating?
5 stars. So are they saying this is way better? What?
Maybe.
What? Okay, this one also 5 stars. Interstellar this, Interstellar that. But did it have Ryan Gosling explaining the cinematic history of Rocky Balboa to his alien rock pal? Okay, this is what I think is going on, Zeke.
Okay.
I think there's 2 types of people in the world. You're either an Interstellar person or a Project Hail Mary. And I think we just love Interstellar so much. And this is so different. And people who loved this, I think are the type of people who think Interstellar is overrated. And that's okay. But I think you're one or the other. And we are Interstellar people. That's my conclusion, folks.
Okay. I think you can enjoy both.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think that there's anything, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying both. You probably like one better than the other. Here's one. They really went and put a total of 48 endings in this.
Yeah, for real.
It did feel like I was like
so bad.
I was like, "Oh, this is the climax. Oh, this is the release."
4 stars. Harry Styles, you know what to do.
5 stars. City of Stars. Are they astrophaging just for you?
5 stars. This one says Interstellar for the literally me, guys. I'm confused at this one. 3.5 stars. Cats the musical? Did you see that one?
No, but wasn't that really bad? The movie version?
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to say. Let me read the
But
comment.
it's 5 stars. I like this one. 4.5. Who else experienced severe sweater envy? Talking about the sweater he wears.
His outfits were so fun.
That was another fun part of it. It's like, and I love that when in space, they can wear whatever they want.
Yeah.
Have fun with the costumes.
Yeah.
He was in that red thing. I loved that. The red astronaut suit when he goes out.
Oh, yeah.
That's honestly,
fun.
That
you
is
never see that.
Yeah, that is a really huge thing in science fiction that I'm learning I love is since it's not based in reality, you can make the colors and costumes whatever you want.
Exactly.
So make it
you
colorful.
Can take off your helmet.
Make the set fun. I'm not an astronaut. I don't care whether or not it's accurate. That probably is not true, but like
just have fun.
It's also an alien movie, so throw the reality out the window.
Yeah.
Most of them say "fist my bump," which is like which was a actually funny part of the the movie.
That was really funny.
I'm definitely gonna say that. Fist my bump, bro.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to read the whole review because it's long, but this one says 4 out of 5 stars. In space, no one can hear you scream. But in an AMC, everyone can and will hear you sobbing. I'd step on a pile of Legos to keep Rocky safe. I think that's part of what didn't make me love it either. I'm not obsessed with the Rocky character.
Yeah, a lot of these
Like
reviews seem to be like, oh, I cried over Rocky.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, no, it wasn't. You know what it was, and maybe this goes to your theory. You know why I kind of didn't like it? You know what's a similar character to Rocky? Tars. In Interstellar, the robot that goes with them on the and then sacrifices itself so that humans can live.
Yeah.
You know, remember that? And then he fixes him at the end and reboots him.
Yeah.
Like the movement wise, sort of a similar thing. Like the robot moves in this like carrying itself way, and it's like it doesn't pick up on tone, and like the vocabulary is not the same. I was like, oh, this is the like similar like space cadet side funny character that Tars was.
So you don't like Rocky because you were like comparing the two, or it just feels like overdone?
Yeah, he'll never be Tars. He can try, but he just won't be.
Any more you want to read?
Here's one that's kind of long, but I maybe this sort of sums up part of our issues with it. Functional but frustrating blockbuster. Lord and Miller, who I think are the
director and producer, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
Or the writer.
Share a limited visual imagination. Their formal approach rarely transcends illustration. Despite the apparent production design, the film remains a bit too manufactured to fully work. Meaning like it's a little too cheesy. I think that's what he's saying. Relies a lot on procedural clarity at the expense of metaphysical possibilities. It's dumbed down science being too urgent and dull to function as something else other than a lifeless plot device. Gosling's detached charisma, mostly a downer. I'm very ambivalent towards him. The humor felt hit or miss. That I think that's fair. It's like he has this like charisma to every character that he does. Like you're supposed to really love him, but I just wasn't bought in on the tone that he's set in. You know?
And again, it doesn't make you care as much about the situation at hand.
No. Not at all. Yeah, it man. That was that's fair. 2001, a Ryan Gosling Odyssey.
Love that.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
All in all, I am glad we saw it in theaters. That was a really like visually beautiful experience. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's still good cinema.
Yeah. And
I think there's not a lot of really great movies like this. You know? E.T., which also did you pick up on that? I think that he was humming the E.T. theme at that part at the beginning
part. That's what people were laughing about.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Which
I didn't even
is
catch
like
that.
You know, like literally rock touching or alien touching human.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, I think this is just this is a precious genre. I think the stakes are kind of high.
Yeah.
Like it's a high bar to make. You can make any scary movie and it's like you're not like floored by anything that different in scary movies. But space movies have been done so well that it's hard to stray away from those stereotypical things. And I think Project Hail Mary does a good job of it, but it doesn't rock the boat. So,
Yeah.
any other last thoughts?
I was going to try to make a Rocky noise, but I can't do it. I'll just go. Thanks for taking me to the movies.
Thanks for going. I'm glad we went.
Yeah.
What movie do you want to see next?
Devil Wears Prada 2.
I think we got a while for that.
Let's get some
We
screening
got a
tickets.
ways for that. Were there any trailers in there that you're like, ooh?
Nope. None. Zip.
You
Except for
didn't
Dune. I'll see the Dune one with you.
Oh, I'm psyched for Dune.
Spider-Man.
That
New Spider-Man looks excellent.
Yeah?
Yes. I'm very... I forgot how we left off, but I'm very excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we should watch that trilogy again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's we talk about doing a series on this podcast a lot,
And
like
let's
Harry
watch more
Potter,
fun
Lord of the Rings.
movies.
What if we just did all of the Spider-Man movies and then
Yeah.
ranked them? So
Let's do some
all
inner
the
child
Tobys,
healing.
all the Andrews, all the Tom Hollands. It'd be long, but
Yeah.
it's a thought.
But we can skip the part where Gwen Stacy dies.
That's my favorite part.
And this has been Project Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou. With these thy gifts.
Perfect. Hail Mary, full of grace, help us find a parking space. Booyah. All right.